While you're in high school, you can take college courses, earning college credit now. This is the first step toward doing what you love at the Technical College System of Georgia, with over 22 colleges and 85 campuses. With dual enrollment, save time, save money, and get a jump start on your college experience. The Technical College System of Georgia. Meaningful careers start here. Visit tcsg.edu to learn more.
EOTM Radio. Entrepreneurs on the move, reshaping lives for a better tomorrow.
What's going on? My name is Stephen Knight, and you're listening to The Stephen Knight Show.
I know we broke your heart, tears rolling down your face. You know I'm coming over to make sure you're okay. You don't have to wait, I'ma save the day. Call me Superman, you can go and play. Girl, I'm on my way, girl, I'm on my way. You don't have to wait, I'ma save the day. Call me Superman, you can go and play. Girl, I'm on my way.
Good evening and welcome to the Stephen Knight Show here on EOTM Radio. As always, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be discussing the latest in entertainment news, sports, fashion, and movie reviews. Now, tonight we welcome back Cory George to tell us about his brand new show, 101 with Cory George. And then later we catch up with spoken word artist Dionne Beadle. As always, once you call in with your questions and comments, the number is 718-664-6543. Again, that's 718-664-6543. You can also join us in chat. There's a link on our Facebook page. I also want to remind you that we're on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, that's our official website, thestephenknightshow.webs.com. So definitely connect with us. We're almost up to 1,000 likes on Facebook, so we're at 999. So you can be that 1,000th person to listen tonight. We definitely appreciate it. And keep in mind, we are nominated for the 2014 Hottest Entertainment Awards. The Stephen Knight Show has picked up the nomination for the hottest online radio show, and Stephen and me as an artist have picked up 2 nominations for hottest male vocalist and hottest rising superstar. So please go to atlshottest.com and vote for us. We definitely appreciate you. And I was just told that we actually have surpassed 1,000 likes. We're actually at 1,001. So thank you, whoever hooked us up recently. Anyway, CK, what's going on with you?
Hey, brother. How are you?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing fine.
Okay. How was your weekend?
My weekend was actually pretty cool. I had to get a second fitting with Thomas Levon for my outfit that I'm wearing to the EOTM Awards in March.
Okay.
Needless to say, I got a little bigger. So we had to make some adjustments. Yeah.
You been eating good?
Yeah, too good.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much what I did this weekend. It wasn't so much work this weekend for me.
And Ms. Parker, I know you were in Miami this weekend. How was that?
Yes. Hey, guys. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Parker.
Good. Yeah, I went to Miami. My sister was out there for a leadership conference. She's a principal in North Carolina. And so they had a leadership conference. And she called me about a month ago and asking me if I would meet her in Miami. And I was like, sure. You know, I've never turned down a trip to Miami. So
exactly.
Invite to Miami. But Friday was horrible. Got there, and it was like the worst storm I've ever seen. Tried to brave it and go out and said I was going to go grab something to eat, and we did. Grab something to eat and do a little bit of shopping. The moment we stepped out of the cab, like, there was no stopping the rain. Like, I got wet that moment.
Wow.
It was just crazy. So the rain and wind and all of that stuff stopped a little later on, and we went next door to Fontainebleau, which is one of the famous hotels and entertainment places in Miami, and hung out in the lobby, and they have a live band, and so we had a great Saturday was better. I got some pool and beach time, and then I came home on Sunday, and my friends had a video shoot, so it's been a back-to-back. I'm exhausted.
I know you are. I
was at the video shoot until 1 a.m. last night, so I haven't had to sleep at all, but it was a good weekend, just busy.
That's good. Well, I actually performed over the weekend at the 17th annual Talia Wajid presents World Natural Hair, Health, and Beauty show, and it was at the make sure I say it correctly. It was at the Georgia International Congress Building, International Convention Center, in College Park, and it was a very nice event. And you know, our people who sometimes like to be a little behind in terms of not timely, but I will tell you that they told me to get there 20 minutes before I hit the stage. I got there 20 minutes, and I was on the stage at 12:30. And it was, the sound system was great. I was in good voice. Not like really performing too early, but, you know, it was a great event. And I got a lot of people come up to me and wanted me to perform at other events and kind of network. So it was really cool. So shout out to them. And they had a comedian, Mario. I can't remember his last name, but he was real funny. He actually got the crowd going because what they celebrate, like natural hair, natural beauty, and all that kind of stuff. And so they had like different vendors all throughout the like auditorium space or whatever you want to call that space. And but I was a little concerned because when I was walking around, like when I first got there, they had two stages. I performed on the main stage where they actually had seating area, but they had another stage. And one guy, I felt bad for him. He was performing his heart out, but no one was paying attention. He was up there just like performing to himself. So I was like,
which stage was he on?
He was on the second stage. But when I tell you, no one was paying attention to him because there was so much going on. And so I was
sometimes you got to act like the stadium is packed and just take your heart out, regardless.
I'm telling you, he was going in. And but it was so loud. But I will say, once the comedian who was hosting on the main stage got everybody's attention, I started performing, and I got a nice little crowd around there. People recording me on their cell phones, and one lady had her iPad out, and so I felt good about it. I felt very good about it.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah. But anyway, Adam, I know you joined us. What's going on with you? How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. Nice, and I actually didn't get to do too much. So, just caught up on a kind of quiet weekend. Didn't have to wake up for anything. So, yeah, it was great.
Good. Well, Chica, Adam, take it away with the movies.
All right, I'll start us off. I went to go see John Wick this weekend, and if you don't know anything about it, it's a pretty simple plot. Keanu Reeves stars as John Wick, and he's a guy that has his dog killed and his car stolen. Now, the dog was given to him by his dying wife, so he has some sentimental value. So he goes on this rampage to get revenge. That's the basic plot. You learn it in the first 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and it just goes on an action roller coaster from there. Big fan. I definitely enjoyed the movie. I know a lot of people aren't Keanu Reeves fans, and he's not doing anything special here, but he does a good action movie. Ever since, I think he got in that Matrix groove, he really knows how to do action, and this movie I was a big fan of. I definitely give it a highly recommendation for checking it out.
Okay. Chica?
Cool. I actually had a advanced screening of the movie Nightcrawler, which actually comes out on Friday, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal plays a 1-2B photojournalist, and what he's basically doing is riding around the city following a police scanner, catching stories as they break or right after they break. So he's trying to sensationalize the powers that be, which would be Renee Russo. She plays the boss, the broadcaster at the news station. And he's trying to land work by these sensational photos and footage of crime scenes. And something happens where he actually gets involved in a crime scene before the police actually get there, which now makes him a part of the crime because, if you tamper with a crime scene, you're breaking the law. It's really interesting to see how that formulates and how it unfolds. It's very exciting because there's a lot of car chases. It's a lot of action. If anyone knows anything about like paparazzi or that whole culture in our society, you know that it's fast-paced, it's really intense and dramatic. And just think about what happened to Princess Di and how she died. and she was being chased by paparazzi. So these people, they get paid per picture. If they land a perfect picture, they can demand top dollar for it. And this is the job that he's trying to accomplish.
Wow.
I think it's pretty interesting. It kind of ties into the now. It's a very, very today movie.
Mm-hmm.
I highly suggest to go check it out.
Okay. And what was the movie called again?
Nightcrawler.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks good. I was actually going to plan to see that this weekend, so I'm glad it turned out really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's real good. What's coming down the pipeline?
Oh, wow.
Well, yes, a lot of stuff. Besides Nightcrawler, which is what was on my list, Birdman came out this weekend. I still want to see that. We get The Hunger Games at the end of November, which there's already a ton of commercials talking about pre-buying tickets, which I don't know why you would need to pre-buy a ticket to a movie that's going to be in every theater across the country. But, whatever way they can make money off of it.
Right.
Those are the big ones on my radar. How about you, Chike?
I know Fury is out with Brad Pitt. I wanted to see that. I haven't seen that. I will and am going to go see Miss Parker. Ouija, the horror film. I want to see that as well.
Oh, yeah, number one in the box office.
Exactly. It's Halloween.
Halloween, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm more so waiting a little closer to Thanksgiving to see what the roster is going to be for over the holidays. I know The Hobbit comes out. I want to definitely catch that. They should be dropping some more probably by the end of this week. You should see some more previews by the end of this week, early next, for the holiday season. So the whole holiday roster should come out soon.
Yeah, and I actually saw a preview for this new Chris Rock movie that looked pretty good. I don't know if you saw that during your event screening, but with Rosario Dawson, that looks like it'll be a funny one.
Yeah, Kevin Hart is in that too, isn't he?
Yes, yeah, he's in that as the agent or manager or something. So, Chris Rock doesn't do many movies, I don't think, lately. So, and it's another one of those self-awares where the character was the biggest comedian, and then he had a hit show, I think, or a hit series, and then it's kind of following his life afterwards. So it looked like it had really good potential.
Interesting. I know Kevin Hart and Chris Rock can't go wrong, so that should be funny. That should definitely be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, as always, we appreciate you. Have a great week, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, thanks a lot.
Hey, Ron, what's going on with you, man?
Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday.
Happy
How was the weekend?
of the month. Oh, weekend was excellent. Yours?
Oh, weekend was real good.
Oh, cool.
I was
cool.
jealous of Miss Parker. She was laid up in Miami.
Oh,
talking in the sun. So, yeah.
Must be nice.
Y'all had nice weather here too. You guys had pretty nice weather.
Yeah, we did. We really did.
She's got that Stephen Knight budget. I know. The Stephen Knight show.
Okay.
Stephen Knight show budget, right? Stephen Knight show. He treats us good, y'all. He treats us good.
You know I do. We pay all $5.
Amen. Yo, really quickly, I want to thank North Carolina Central University's law school. I was there Friday for an open house. It was my first ever law school open house. So
wow.
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm in love with Durham, North Carolina. I'm in love with the school. So they're definitely on my short list of law schools that I will be attending next fall. So Carolina Central University, great school. Absolutely. Yeah. Now, sports tonight. I want to talk about Charles Barkley. You guys heard about the comments?
I have not heard.
You know what? I read a little bit about it. What exactly did he say? And what I read, I wasn't able to finish the article because it's obviously been crazy Monday. But the brief couple of lines that I read, he's telling the truth.
I agree.
What did he say, Ron?
He is upset with unintelligent black people, and let me kind of delve into that.
I don't know.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ms. Parker.
No. I'm agreeing with you. I'm like in the church, like, yeah, preach.
Right. Amen. Hallelujah. Right. Hallelujah. Okay. See, what had happened was there's some, you know how some, for our non-black listeners, please bear with me. Y'all know how some of our black folks say that if we talk a certain way, if we talk proper English, or if we're getting an education, or if we have a nice job, things like that, that we're quote unquote acting white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the gist of it. Charles Barkley was just tired of not all black people, but some black people that want to say that other black folks aren't black enough.
Oh, okay.
And it was in reference to Russell Wilson, the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, whereas some of the other players, it was said that they didn't think that Russell was black enough, because he's hanging around with the front office personnel of the team, and you know the front office personnel is usually majority white Americans, and so anyway. But go ahead.
Yeah, anytime you're well-rounded, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear.
Anytime you're well-rounded, I think the ignorance come out.
Right.
What he pretty much said is that black people should not be put down for being intelligent, and that our community really should not. What I got from what he said was our community really shouldn't penalize a segment of the population or try to separate them because they're intelligent. There are just like white people, there are different types of white people. There are different types of black people. And then they're so annoying and so ignorant to say this person is not black enough because they speak proper English.
Right, yeah.
That's something my dad hates to the core. He has to go through that because my dad doesn't use slang. He speaks pretty proper English, and he's always been accused of, being whitewashed or whatever it is. And it's just well-rounded. And I think that it's just so ignorant to say that he doesn't have the highest education, but he's been around different types of people. I think exposure. That people are too whitewashed or too whatever, or people who are not well-rounded and they're not around different cultures. So pretty much for me, what I classify these people as small-minded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they can't think outside of their box and their comfort zone, and their little community is all they know. I don't take it personally because I have friends of every race, every background, and I really enjoy that. That's really what I look forward to.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Right.
So
go ahead.
I think he was speaking the truth. Just like when Mr. Cosby was telling y'all to pull your pants down and start acting ignorant because that's what your kids are seeing and doing the same thing, y'all try to get on him. We need to have this conversation in our communities because this is the only way we're going to improve our communities. It's okay to say that you don't like Obama's policy. It's okay to say that President Obama is not doing. It's okay to look inside and have some self-awareness and have some self-reflection, not just on ourselves but in our community. I'm not saying that go around and just be harsh on ourselves, but I think sometimes we just give each other pass because we're black, and it's like that's not acceptable.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah.
I think that we need to talk to these young men and women too, because there's plenty of girls out here that thinks that they got wear the most revealing clothes to get attention and things, and and be ratchet and everything, and popping and blocking and snapping and all that stuff. So these men and women that have these small-minded views, it's almost like there's like a haze or something over them, and I just want that haze to just fade away so that they can lead. It's just weird. It's like they're on some. I can tell you this,
Aaron. When I used to work with the youth, and I remember it was in the inner city, education level wasn't high, on average, and I was poverty stricken. And a lot of the people in that community, they acted the same way. And so one thing we used to do is take them on trips, take them outside of their city, take them to different places so they could have exposure. I think one of the greatest things I had as a kid was I had exposure. My family traveled. I played on traveling basketball teams, things like that. So you got to see people outside of just who you grew up with, and that opens your mind. So I think that's the thing. They don't have that exposure. They don't have that. They don't see anyone that doesn't look like them outside of their environment. And I think that's what comes to that ignorance,
Yeah, well said. Very well said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they should not belittle other people. Just
I agree.
Still, even if just because you haven't been exposed to other people, other walks of life, still doesn't mean that you should belittle or put down someone else. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they're not. You're not even thinking. They're not. Their thought process is not. Their consciousness is not even at the point of even realize what they're doing. Mm-hmm. I think to them is, and it's funny because somebody just had this. I read an article where it was another athlete commenting on how the professional sports are, especially basketball and football, because majority of the players are black. And he said this. I forgot who it was and who wrote the article or said this, but he said that, I'll be very honest with you. I think sometimes I almost think they're doing it on purpose. The NBA and the NFL love hiring thugs to represent us because that's what they see in the media. He said if they had a I think what he was trying to imply was if they had a higher standards for how people should act, then they would attract people who have those morals and is able to then influence these kids to act better. But the NFL and the NBA want money. They're all about their money, so they're going to hire the best players, and of course, talent. Definitely should be rewarded. But I think at times too, they put enough effort into developing these young men so that they are better influences on our community to show these kids that you can come out of that, be successful, and change your way of thinking, change your consciousness to become somebody who is influencing thousands of kids to do better.
Mhm. I agree.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Great point. Real quick, also wanted to get y'all's take on the Ray Rice Halloween costume.
I think
you heard about that.
I think it's ignorant.
Yeah.
And then and the picture I saw was it was a Caucasian couple. They had black painted themselves to do the stuff. Okay. And I don't think they were doing it to be racist at all. But I just think it's ignorance. Why are we thinking it's funny? And I was going to talk about this when we get to hot topics. Even with the Ebola, the Halloween costumes, they're selling out of stores. And so same thing with this Ray Rice. I think it's ignorant. Why are we?
What? Is there something going on with our culture now here in America? Like, is it
everything's a joke.
Everything's just reality TV, a joke.
Yeah.
No sympathy, no empathy, no just yeah.
No compassion.
People are dying.
No compassion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, disgusting. So, all right, well that's Ron's perspective tonight. Yo, also really quickly, go check out Dear White People. If y'all haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Adam, Chike, is a great movie. I'm sure that y'all probably seen it, whatever. Anyway, great movie, excellent movie. So just wanted to say that. And you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Aaron Cosby. That's ARON, last name Cosby like Bill. Janera, if you're on, it's all yours.
Aaron, stay on. Me and Ms. Parker do hot topics. So Janera's actually not on tonight. She had prior engagement, but go to Budget Shopaholic because she did update her finds. All right, so Friday, I decided to, because I work right across the street from Lenox Mall, I decided to go over there to see if I could find something to wear for this performance. And this man, he was standing at the door, and he asked me, he said, Rihanna's coming to Lenox Mall to launch her male cologne. Do you want to sign up, to reserve your spot? And I told him, no, thank you, but I appreciate it. Story is, Rihanna and Chris Brown were both here in Atlanta over the weekend. Rihanna was at Lenox Mall promoting her new cologne, and Chris Brown was hosting a party at Compound, and people are wondering, is that a coincidence? What do you think?
I think that it could have been, but I do think that Rihanna have not matured enough to get over that relationship to understand that she deserves better, and that once she starts to love herself the way that she needs to, she will see that she deserves better. Not saying that he's a bad person, he's just not the person for her.
Right.
I will never forget the interview she did with Oprah. It kind of saddens me because you can tell that she loves that man more than she loves herself. And I think we've all been there. Well, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I've been there. And it was because of insecurities and low self-esteem that I was loving somebody else better than I love myself. Anytime that you love somebody more than you love yourself, especially a spouse, it's because something else is wrong with you. I don't think that love should reduce you. It should build you, not make you less of a person. And with her and Chris Brown, it does. And I'm just saying, he may not be a bad person in all of his relationships, but the ones that have been public, especially the one with her, he's not the right person for her. But I don't think that she's at that place of realizing that right now.
Hey, Ron?
Gosh. Rihanna, Chris Brown, no comment.
Okay.
I'm just.
You so over it, right?
Yeah, I'm so over it. It's so like next, you know.
Okay. Well,
they deserve each other. If they're back together, more power to them. They deserve each other.
That's what he's saying.
But isn't
right?
Dating that girl from the girl he's been dating that's on
he's off and on with her every other day too. He breaks up with her publicly, and then they're back together next week. And so she's in the same boat as Rihanna. Anybody who
she's the same thing,
treated that same way, in the same boat as Rihanna. They need to wake up, get some self-esteem, get some self-love, get themselves together, and find somebody else, because they're both beautiful women and deserve to be. At one point, there's an article that I read at one point, I think I have the magazine, where Rihanna talked about they were sharing Chris Brown at one point, and they agreed to. They tried to have a conversation and agreed to. Yes.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I don't get it. Is Rihanna's self-esteem that low? It must be. Wow.
Well, and also you have to keep in mind they are young. It's not an excuse, but they are young. So as they get older,
they're not that young now, y'all.
They are not.
These are not 18-year-old or 17-year-old people. These are mid-20-year-old folks who are business people.
True.
These folks are running businesses. These are entrepreneurs, multi-millionaires. No.
Yeah.
I'm not giving them any excuses now. No.
Okay. Well, let's go to the next story. Next story.
Okay.
Pop singer Katy Perry. You know, she was married to the actor, comedian. They got divorced, but now she's dating this DJ. Now the DJ, him and his ex-girlfriend are expecting their second child any day. Apparently, he and Katy Perry got together when his ex-girlfriend first conceived their child. And so, that didn't work. But him and Katy Perry together, and now they're expecting their second child. Could you be involved in it?
Wow. White folks are ratchet too. That's what's up.
Yeah, I know a real situation like that, but I think a lot of celebrities do that. Because then Tori Spelling, and there's a bunch of celebrities that got women pregnant or were married or some just craziness. No, I wouldn't. That's crazy.
I couldn't do it.
Nasty. Just nasty. Ain't that nasty?
And he's very hands-on with his children, which he should be. But I think that if I were Katy Perry, I'd kind of step back and let him be daddy. You know what I mean? Let him handle that.
Again, another multimillionaire with low self-esteem. Katy Perry. Come on, really? Come on, Katy.
You know what I think too? I think that how you get them is how you lose them.
That's true.
Absolutely. Yep.
How you get them is how you lose them. In a situation like that, it's really hard for me to believe that man was completely done with his situation when he got with her.
If he just got her pregnant too,
Right. And she was like 2 months pregnant. That just, I was just 2 months ago, 60 days ago, they were sleeping together. So I don't know.
Yeah.
How you get them is how you lose them. So, I wish them the best, but that's just a messy situation.
Yeah.
Yep. Disaster about to happen.
Well, back on Ebola, we know that's been all over. Someone said that, remember when AIDS, HIV and AIDS first kind of really hit in the 80s, a lot of people were very, ignorant to the facts and information around it. They're saying that's how people are with Ebola because, there was a nurse who was quarantined in a tent with no toilet. She had a bowl or a bucket to use the restroom in. She had no symptoms of Ebola, but she was quarantined on there on Friday because she had been helping out in West Africa, and she felt like that her human rights were taken away from her because, the law is that she should be able to quarantine herself at home if you're not showing any kind of symptoms. But the governor of New York and New Jersey, they both said that, people come from that area, they have to be quarantined this way. So anyway, she just felt horrible because she felt like I have no symptoms. I'm fine. I'm good, whatever. I should be at home. And they held her in there. They did release her today. But people are saying that the ignorance around Ebola is causing everyone to just freak out and not really know.
Yeah, that was dumb of the governor and stuff to do that because the woman she doesn't mind being quarantined. She just wants to be in her home, the comfort of her own home, willing to be there by herself. So I think just the ignorance around it, like you said, is making even the most, what we would consider intelligent people, just make dumb decisions.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's Ebola frenzy. It's almost like a D-rated movie. It seems like every day there is something on TV with the news that is dealing with Ebola that is just comical and is dealing with these leaders, with these with the governors and senators and congresspersons and some of these doctors. It's crazy. Just
like
crazy.
Everybody's common sense is
gone.
But I don't understand why they're freaking out about Ebola. Half of them already taking risks with their lives every day. You
right. And that's one thing.
You want about getting AIDS and all that stuff. Half of them people out there talking some posting stuff about Ebola need to be worrying about the wrong thing. They're worrying about the wrong thing.
Need to be worrying about. Thank you, Ms. Parker. I felt the same way. More people are dying from the flu, colon cancer, and breast cancer, and HIV/AIDS illnesses, and hell, getting hit by a car, than Ebola. Is people just need to chill, just calm down, breathe.
Well, I think, Ms. Parker, I don't know if I stole this from you, but I posted on Instagram and said people in 2000, they thought Y2K was going to kill us all. 2001, they thought anthrax was going to kill us all. 2002, West Nile virus was going to kill us all. 2003, weapons of mass destruction was going to kill us all. 2004, SARS was going to kill us all. 2005, the bird flu. 2006, E. coli. 2007, vaccine. 2008, the bad economy was going to kill us all. 2009, swine flu. 2010, BP. Oil, that whole spill. 2011, Obamacare. 2012, the end of the world was going to kill us. Last year, North Korea was going to kill us, and then this now is Ebola. So it's always been something. Always been something.
There's always something, and it'll be something next year and a year after that. Yeah. It's just how we roll.
Let's get to our last story so we can we have guests on. Last story, I don't know if you heard about Honey Boo Boo. Her mother is allegedly dating a child molester. He went to jail for 10 years for molesting, a young girl. Even was arrested for molesting her oldest daughter. But that got thrown out. And so she's supposedly dating this man now. He's out of jail. They have been dropped their show has been dropped from the network. And her daughter has spoke out publicly and said that she feels betrayed by her own mother, that she would date this man who did this to her. Although Mama June, she said that she made a video on Facebook and said she is not dating him. She would not risk her children's safety, such and, blah, blah, blah. However, there have been footage of them in bed together, like on top of the bed. There have been footage of them home shopping together, and footage of the fact that she bought him a car. And then there's also a picture that was taken within a month of her, him, and Honey Boo Boo, and he had his arm on Honey Boo. And so the people were saying, should Child Protective Service be looking into this situation?
I don't have any comment about no Honey Boo Boo.
Me either. I could care. Stephen, you could have picked another topic. I mean, really.
I'm sorry, I can't do that, Boo. I ain't got no comment.
None. Same here, Miss Parker. Next. They all can go home. I mean, that show should have been off years ago. That is another ratchet show. You know, it's ratchet beyond belief.
Ratchet self.
Yeah.
Well, listen, y'all, thank you so much for Hot Topic today. We're going to go to commercial break and come back after this, okay?
All right.
All right.
You're listening to the Stephen Knight Talk Show on EOTM Radio. You're listening now. You're listening to the Stephen Knight Talk Show on EOTM Radio. The Stephen Knight Show, Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on EOTMRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. I want you all to go to Facebook or tweet us the answer to our question of the day. The question of the day is, do you believe in love at first sight? Tweet us, hashtag TSKS, question of the day. And that's Stephen Knight Show, question of the day. Let us know what you think. We'll read some of your responses later on. Now, spoken word is a performance-based poetry that is focused on aesthetics of wordplay and storytelling. It often includes collaboration and experimentation with other arts forms such as music, theater, and dance. There is no mandatory manner in which someone should perform. However, there are aspects of the artistry that indicate it is indeed spoken word. And tonight we welcome a very talented spoken word artist. Please help me welcome Dionne Beadle to the show. Welcome.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm good.
I'm good. Good. So we were talking about earlier in the show about Ebola and everything that's going on with that. Do you have any thoughts?
I have a lot of thoughts on that.
Okay.
I work in a hospital, so I'm kind of leery about it because I feel like the government is not telling us a lot about it. Sometimes I wonder if it's airborne or if it's just really contact. I just feel like they're holding back a lot, and we don't know too much about it. So
Yeah. Wow.
All I can say is just be wary, just wash your hands, and just read everything about it. I try to read up a lot about it. I try to stay in tune with the news and hear different sides of it. But being in a hospital, I wash my hands a lot. Like I wash a lot.
I can imagine. Well, let's talk about spoken word. You know, a lot of people don't really, if they're not in that artistry, they don't understand what true spoken word, what the artist spoken word is. How would you define that?
I'm still learning a lot about it myself. I've only been doing it for about 4 months, 4 or 5 months now.
Okay.
I really, really enjoy it. I feel like it's what's coming from within you, like life experiences, positive or negative, things that might have happened to you or someone else that you know, and you want to speak about it. And I used to watch it a lot on TV, and I saw my first one a few months ago and really enjoyed it. I saw it live, and I really enjoyed it, and it was like a calling. Like I felt like I really belonged there.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, like this is me. Like I've been waiting for this my whole life. And not until I went there and saw other people doing it and expressing themselves and things that happened to them or happened to others in their lives, then I was like, wow, this is really me. And from then on, I just wanted to do it, and I just love it.
Wow. And I know that, because I've been to different, places where they've had spoken word artists, and, it's kind of like a deep connection within not only just the artist, but the people that are listening. Do you find that when you're performing?
Yes, I do. I feel like the audience really connects with you. It's like you're in one with the audience. I'm often nervous right before I go up there, but once I get up there on stage and I'm telling my story, like the audience really connects with you because it's like they feel what you feel because they've been there, and it's a real connection.
What do you base your stories on? Whether based on is it real life or is it just everyday situations?
Everything I write is on about my life, like real life situations. So far, I can go through all my stuff, and pretty much everything I write about is stuff that has happened to me personally, and it's kind of like therapy.
Yeah,
that's why I really enjoy it, and that's why it's easy for me to write about it because it's coming from me. It's stuff that happened to me, so it's so easy to write for me. And I never thought it would be because when I watched my first show, I was looking at these individuals like, wow, where do they get this from? How can they go on stage and just speak like this? And then one lady told me you just got to speak from your heart, whatever is within you. And she was right. I just started writing and it just flowed because it's everything that's coming from within me.
Do you remember the first spoken word piece that you wrote?
Yes.
Can you give us a little bit of it?
Say that again?
Can you give us a little bit of it?
Sure.
Okay.
It's actually a piece that it's a very personal piece, something I wrote about my mother.
Okay.
And it really struck me because when I went home to start writing, for some reason I wanted to write about that. And when I performed it on stage, people loved it. I never performed it again. So right now would be the first time I'll be performing it again.
Wow. We feel honored, definitely.
So I'll let you hear it. It's called You Don't Trust Me. At the age of 6, you wanted to be my mother. You took me thousands of miles away from my brother. You don't trust me. Raised me to fear you daily. I obeyed you, hoping it would end fairly. You don't trust me. I prayed you would love me unconditionally. Prayed, but for you it was victory. You don't trust me. You often praise you if others will like you, which is crazy because I've always loved you. You don't trust me. Always making me feel less than what I am. Though later I realized I'm more than what you think I am. You don't trust me. When others told me to hate you for hating me, your daughter, I laughed. Aren't you supposed to love her, your mother? You don't trust me. But I trust you, Mother. I trust that one day I'll forgive you of all the pain, tears, and hurt that you have brought into my life, things that can't be taken back. But in time, maybe, just maybe, okay, who are we fooling? You are who you are, and no one can make a stubborn, self-pity individual pretend to be my mother. So as I rewrite my life so as not to disrupt yours, I will work on forgiveness. Forgiveness through deep, open pores. And as you walk through life blaming me and everyone else for your shortcomings, I, your so-called daughter, on papers only, will know that for me, those shortcomings are just excuses of my becoming. And that's the first piece I wrote and performed on stage.
Oh my gosh! So not only did you have the pressure of doing your first performance, but then something so deep and personal.
Yes.
I can only imagine.
But it was like a release.
Yeah.
Like after I did it, I felt clean. I felt like great. Like I needed to do that.
Wow. That was powerful. And, that's another story. We can go on about that, but another show.
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
But what was I going to say? So when you write these cathartic, deep, these spoken word poems, when you perform them, do you ever feel like you'll be judged? Do you ever feel like you're scared because you're releasing that information about you to the public?
Yeah, sometimes I really go deep. I've even read some things. Wrote a piece and I read it to someone, and he was like, "Wow, that's really deep. You're like giving too much of yourself. I think you should hold back." And I told him, "No, like this is me. This is who I am, and if I'm going to be truthful about it, like I just got to go there, and I just can't hold back. Like I'll just lay in bed and think about something that might have happened to me in the past or present or that day, and then I'll say, I'm going to write about that, or I might see a title to something, and I'd be like, yeah, I want to write about that, and I'll just write it, and it just flows, it just comes."
Wow. I always think that, because I sing and I write, I think that songwriting, being able to write poems, things like that is definitely a talent and a gift. What advice would you give to someone who wants to get into poetry or get into songwriting? What advice would you give them?
I would tell them to just write what comes from their heart. Just writing stuff just on paper. Like a lot of times I'll think about it before I write it, and I just try to think about life experiences. Like just think about my truth. And I feel like if you write about your truth and who you are as an individual, it'll just come. It'll just come easily, and it won't be that hard. My only challenge now is when I perform on stage, my challenge now is trying to perform. I perform now using my phone. Like I write everything on my phone. So I'll go on stage with my phone and just read it off my phone. I want to get to that point where I'm just reading it off the top of my head so I can connect more with the audience. That's my challenge now. But if you just write just what's coming from your heart and what you feel inside, it'll just flow, it'll just come, and you'll shine.
Wow. Well, how can everybody keep up with you and know what's going on with you and your work?
I post a lot on Facebook. I have a Twitter page and a Instagram page, but I mainly post everything on Facebook. And you can just find me on Facebook, Dionne Beadle, Dionne Beadle. I'm on Facebook. And I go to Soul to Soul Restaurant. That's the first place. It's at 6139 Ridge Avenue in Philadelphia. That's the first place I went to do my open mic. That's the only place I've ever done my open mic. I haven't ventured out there yet. I've visited other places, but I haven't been on stage anywhere else. And they gave me a platform, which I'm thankful for that. Shout out to Stanley Grant Newman, Khalil Shirls. They gave me that platform, and I go there. I'm there every Wednesday. So if anyone wants to come and see me, I'm there every Wednesday night. The show runs from 8 to 10, and I'm there every night.
Well, if it's anything like what you
every Wednesday night.
If it's anything like you performed here, people are definitely a treat to see you perform. I want to thank you so much for joining us today and being so open with that poem. I mean, that was like powerful. So thank you for that.
Yeah, because I didn't expect you to ask me to read my first poem.
I know you weren't. But I appreciate it.
Cool.
I appreciate it. Well, listen, Dionne, thank you so much. You have a great night, okay?
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me to your show.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Good night.
All right. And for more information about Dionne Beadle, go to our Facebook page, and we'll be right back after this. All right. Well, welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Our next guest, resilient, innovative, progressive, empowering, creative, are a few words that, in part, define the multifaceted creative spirit that is Cory George. Pursuing his purpose passionately, his ability to transcend difficult circumstances has allowed him to find his niche as the empowerment coach, prolific motivational speaker, and author. He joins us tonight to tell us about his upcoming show, One-on-One with Cory George. Please help me welcome Cory George. Welcome to the show.
Hey, guys, I'm back as I promised.
You are back. You are back. We definitely appreciate you. How are you doing?
I'm actually nervous. I'm very nervous because this is the last week that I have to finalize everything for the launch of the show on Monday. So my text messages are going off the hook. My emails are going off the hook. You know, so it's a major undertaking only because I'm the writer. I'm the co-director. I'm the producer. I did all this stuff, but I have a wonderful team. But when you have a very clear vision, it takes work, you know, and that's the work that we hope to show on the show itself. So we're excited, but we're also nervous and humbled right now. So
Wow. Well, tell us about the premise behind One-on-One with Cory George.
Well, I think when I was on the show the last time, I mentioned that I was doing this very poignant project that was centered on this conversation that I had with adult black male survivors of childhood sexual trauma. Correct. And I shot the show last December. So this is how major this is. Last December I had about 8 hours of footage, and I sat on it for a few months. I said, God, what do you want me to do with this? I thought it was supposed to be just a one-time project, but then every time I went and I viewed the footage, I said, this is something else. This is bigger than me. So when I looked at the project, I said, you know what? I went back to a treatment, and so this is how God works. I believe that God gives you knowledge before you need to use it. So I went back to something I wrote 2 years ago called One-on-One with Cory George. It was a treatment that I wrote during one of the lowest times of my life. He gave me this vision, and I wrote it, and I saved it on my old computer. And when I pulled it up, it was exactly what I just did with the show 2 years later.
Wow.
So I said, instead of me running from the calling, and this was the first time in my life that I actually accepted exactly what God was telling me to do with this. So he said, yes, I want you to use this, but I want you to use this as a premiere. But I want you to also have a vehicle to provide voices for other people. And I kept realizing that as my work as a coach and everything, I heard some of the most amazing stories. And I said, let me go back and let me ask these people, are they willing to share these wonderful stories? Because I want to make them teachers and heroes, and and they have an audience. So this show has nothing to do with me. My name is on it because I'm the host, but it has everything to do with every person who is a guest. Because when they leave, they're going to leave the room better than they entered it. So that's the goal of this show.
Wow. So tell us about some of the type of guests and stories that we can expect to see on the show.
Well, we have quite a few shows already planned. I'm actually working simultaneously. Well, the two shows I'm working in tandem now, which I hope to shoot over the holidays. One is especially geared towards Black fatherhood, and of course I'm sensitive to it because if you guys know me, I have two sons who I talk about all the time. But not only that, I am around wonderful fathers that people don't know about, and if we look at media, we don't really get not even the praise, because I don't want praise for what I do because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But we don't get the I guess we don't get the that's a better word for it. But when I speak of fatherhood, I'm not just speaking of father and son. I'm also talking about that uncle that's raising his nephew. I'm talking about that grandparent that's stepping in. I'm talking about that neighborhood champion that's mentoring 10 or 12 guys who don't go home to fathers or worthwhile fathers. So this show really is about talking about not just the joy of doing that and what they get from it, but also the struggle, because it's not always hard being faithful to what you need to do for your children, because it's a sacrifice on all parts. So I have that show planned. And then I'm also doing a show that is, and this is also from one of my own experiences as well, raising children after the relationship is over. Because I heard your panel talk about, Chris Brown and all this, and also the thing with, Katy Perry. And, nowadays, not many people stay married for 30, 40, 50 years like they did back in the day. So the thing is, there will be mixed families. But how do you raise your children in agreement with that ex that frankly still is your family? He or she is still your family, but no matter how you put it, because not even when the kids are grown, but until the kids are gone, you're still connected.
Exactly.
And so I know several couples. Well, no, I say a handful because it's hard to find. A handful of couples that do it so well that you would think that they're still married, but they're not. But they realize that their time was done, and now it's about the kids.
Mhm.
And when I watch them, it's like it's still, well, because I'm in the same thing myself, so I know how hard it is, because when you have a history with somebody, it's a little hard because sometimes the history pops up and they say things that only they know. And it excites you because they've been there with you. So these are some of the shows that we have, but these shows are really catered subconsciously for the black male, because we don't have shows for us. We don't have shows that teach us through example. And if you know any other black man, we listen to each other. We don't really listen to another person. We listen to our brothers. We listen to those who we feel can understand us, but we don't always want to be beat over the head. We kind of want to just have a conversation. So this show is about conversations. I'm not lecturing. I don't have a bullet point PowerPoint thing. We're having casual conversations, maybe a glass of wine, maybe some coffee. We're like it's literally about conversations and people walking away thinking, okay, if I can't use it now, I can use it later. But no one beat me over the head with the knowledge. So that's what the show really is about. It's about teaching through talking, and that's really what that's the motto I use on the show, is teaching through talking, and that's it.
Wow. I think it's awesome because, like you said, there aren't really a lot of shows that cater to the African American male, especially in a positive light. It's usually comedy or whatnot. I think that, and you'll find yourself that while doing the show, it's going to bless you too. You know what I mean? You're blessing these other people. It's going to bless you too. I know Oprah said for years, that doing that show kept her from having to do therapy, her own therapy, for her past, because of all the different stories and people that came on the show. So when does the show actually? I know it airs on Monday. Is that correct? Next Monday? And
the show airs on November 3rd on X, and it's at 8:00 p.m. Eastern. The website is already done, so we're now just editing the final footage, because there was so much stuff. There was so much good stuff that now if people go on the site, they can see the stuff that we didn't put in there, which is still powerful. So it's kind of a teaser, and this is actually it came from a dinner conversation that I taped the night before that I didn't know was going to make the show. So I was like, wow, we had all these great points, and it's going to be on the website. And every month, hopefully starting, I believe, in December, we're going to have a show every month, because my whole staff and I, we all have other lives, so we have to try to shoot things as well as possible. But I have a wonderful team of people that are giving of their talent, because they believe not in my vision also, but they also believe in what they can get from my vision, and that's how we feed each other. It's like I'm the top of the ship, but I also make sure that they're fed as well too. So it's a great collaboration, and I'm excited for them as well, because they're doing some great work behind the scenes that pushes me up. And you did mention it blessing me, but I tell people every time I leave a meeting about the show, I'm blessed, because there's another voice that I could put on the platform, and I heard the spoken word artist say it so well that someone gave her a platform, and that's what this show is about. It's giving a voice to a person that you may never meet in your life, but now they're on your computer, they're on your phone, and hopefully one day on your TV. Whereas you may never meet this person again, but you know their story, and that for some reason it means something to you.
Right. Yeah, powerful. And so once the show airs, will it be on? How can they'll be able to archive it on the website?
Well, the cool thing is I work in technology, so I had to take advantage of everything. So again, they could view it on their phones, they could view it on their tablets, view it on their smart, not smartphones, but I guess the smart, it's a TV. So and so now you could plug it into. Thing like that. So, but not only that, it's going to be on YouTube, it's going to be on Vimeo, but they could just go directly onto the site, because we'll have the archives cascading on the site. So they'll have plenty of ways, and also on the Facebook page we have as well too. So we have a few outlets that we've been working on and making sure that no matter where you are or what medium that you're using, you could always find a show. And also the good thing about this is that for every show starting from the next show on, we're going to be building in a multimedia type of environment, whereas people can actually be a part of the show via Skype, via phone, and all this. So as about the time the show airs, you may see things that you didn't realize that a person may have taped a month ago, but it made it into the show, because it was relevant. So we're giving all the viewers a chance to be a part of the show as well now.
Wow, that's awesome, Cory. That's really awesome. Tell everybody where they can tune in on November 3rd and where they can keep up with you and everything that's going on with the show.
Sure, it is very simple. Go to One-on-One with Cory. That's number one with Cory.com, and you will find the website. It's up and running now. You can go to the Facebook page which is One-on-One with Cory George, and you can follow me on Twitter at I am Cory George, and you can find out all the information. All the links are on all the pages. So follow us, and you could actually go to the web page, and you can also be able to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, directly on the top left-hand corner of the web page as well, too.
Wow, awesome, Cory. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for what you're doing for our community, for black men. Thank you for this, and I wish you nothing but success with One-on-One with Cory George.
Well, thank you very much, and I look forward to doing the work and hopefully being able to talk more about it in the near future.
Absolutely. I look forward to it. You take care, okay?
All right. Okay, thank you, guys.
All right. And for more information about Cory George and One-on-One with Cory George, go to our Facebook page. There's a link where you can connect. We'll be right back after this.
Yeah. Ron Anthony. EOTM Radio. We're heard from coast to coast. Entrepreneurs on the move. Getting you the most. EOTM Radio. We're heard from coast to coast. Entrepreneurs on the move. Giving you the most.
That station is the hottest, playing the best independent artists and looking for more. So tune in and tell a friend about the hottest station on internet land.
Sit back and listen, EOTM on the mission. Classic City Records, ain't no competition. Pay attention to the grind, we're in this division. Entrepreneurs on the move, success is given.
EOTM Radio, we're heard from coast to coast. Entrepreneurs on the move, giving you the most. EOTM Radio, we're heard from coast to coast. Entrepreneurs on the move, giving you the most.
EOTM, that's the people station. Hottest station in the nation, no underestimating. Stop procrastinating and gon' hit them up. Giving you bang for your buck, get your numbers up. Stop sitting around whining, crying about making it, but ain't trying. Classic City Records, we tiring. Join EOTM and start climbing.
EOTM Radio, giving you the most. EOTM Radio, giving you the most. EOTM Radio, we're from coast to coast. Entrepreneurs on the move, giving you the most. EOTM Radio, giving you the most. Yeah. EOTM. EOTM Radio, giving you the most. Ron Anthony, EOTM, Collar B, Stephen Knight Show. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. I'm going to read some of your responses from our question of the day. Do you believe in love at first sight? Keith said no, just lust at first sight. Yes. Chandrika agreed with Keith. Ms. Parker said there is no such thing as love at first sight. I agree with Keith. Truly loving someone is making a conscious choice to do so and do right by them. Joanna said the only love at first sight is meeting your child for the first time and maybe a puppy. LOL. Jason Jiggins said, yeah, when I met my wife, I fell in love with her ass, and I still am. Nicole said, no. My mother said no. And Goddess said, if you believe it is possible, if you don't, then you don't. But she definitely doesn't believe in it. Roman said yes. Nathaniel said yes. Melinda said, I don't know. The jury's still out on that one. And Chiki actually tweeted us and said, let's see what he said. Love at first sight? I don't think so. There's a whole lot that has to happen in that glance. No way. He said he does believe in infatuation at first sight. All right. Well, let's switch gears and go to Steven's playlist. As you know, we receive music from people all over the country who want to be featured. We select artists to play, both independent and major. If you're interested in being featured on Steven's playlist, email us at thestevenknightshow@gmail.com. Attach 1 or 2 songs, your bio, and 1 or 2 promotional pictures. Remember that all songs must be edited for radio, meaning no cursing. We definitely look forward to hearing from you. The first song is by Tamar Braxton featuring Future, entitled Let Me Know. Check it out and enjoy Steven's playlist.
Just a game in my head I'm playing, and I'm winning.
Exclusive, ayo, Faith. We about to make it hot for the summer, baby. Woo! Make it hot. Make it hot for the summer. New Faith shit, baby. We gon' make it hot. Y'all ready? We gon' make it hot. Let's go.
Everybody's looking for their one and only love, and I feel fool to settle for someone that isn't good enough. If you're gonna love me right, 'cause I played a fool too many times. If you're gonna love me good, or I'll find another man who will, baby. Oh, that's 'cause I deserve it. Just hold me down.
right? You don't need no Oscar. Baby, I ain't flawless, but I know I'm priceless. The way you get your own, turn me on like a light switch. Make them say, woo. See, I'm attracted to the top notch. And you, a girl like me, I like a tall dog. And you, keep it 100, then we straight. The S to the A to the A to the R to the A to the Y to the A.
My man smooth like butter and his voice got bass. What a mighty good man. I keep his ass on the night. When we in the sizz, I keep the miz. I got me sweating out my sizz. I keep not perfect, but he worth it. And he got that big old dizzack. My sex so good, I make him come back. You know, Minute Man, he don't sleep or taking his app. We rizap, then we just sit back and relax. I always hold it down for my nigga. Bring the beat back. A girl like me.
Make it hot for the summer, make it hot. Make it hot for the summer, make it hot. Make it hot for the summer, make it hot. I make it hot. I make it hot. I make it hot.
I'm just not the Remember when they said I couldn't make it? Remember when they said I couldn't do it? But somehow I got through it. Remember when they tried to hold me back? Remember when they tried to throw me off track? But somehow I bounced back. Can't worry about what the haters say. Won't worry about what the haters do. I'ma do me, why can't you see? Flying ahead, no stopping me. Steady on my grind, can't help but shine. As I fall from this earth, landing in the stars. It's my time to shine. Come go with me, yeah, 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 yeah. As I aspire to be, yeah, 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 yeah. Amongst them that will before me, yeah, yeah. Come go with me, yeah, 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 yeah. Remember when they guaranteed that I'd fall? Said I wouldn't last it all, but somehow I stand tall. Remember when the sun began to part the sky? Like an eagle I began to fly so high. Haters bye bye, bye. Can't worry about what the haters say. Won't worry about what the haters say. I'ma do me, why can't you see? Flying ahead, no stopping me. Steady on my grind, can't help but shine. As I fall from the sun, landing in the stars. It's my time to shine. Come go with me, yeah, 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 yeah. As I aspire to be, yeah, 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 yeah. Amongst them that went before me, yeah, yeah. Come go with me, yeah, 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 yeah. As I rise, I'ma give back to life. 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 I'ma give back to life. I'ma give back to life. I can't worry about what the haters say. Won't worry about what the haters do. I'ma do me, why can't you see? Flying ahead, no stopping me. Steady on my grind, can't help but shine. As I fall from this earth, landing in the stars. It's my time to shine. Come go with me, yeah, 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 yeah. As I aspire to be, yeah, yeah, amongst them that
I never felt like this before. This life feels incredible. Together we can do anything. So eternal feels like infinity. Baby, I run till the end of time. Just you and you in my life. Never let go. Give me your hand, come grab a hold. Let me touch you right to your soul. Let's do it together, make it last forever. Let's let it be for all eternity. Till the end of the earth, I will follow you, girl. Love you forever, forever, forever. Till the end of the earth, I will follow you, girl. These girls have come and they have gone, but no one compares to you alone. Yeah. So baby, Can't you see our future feels like a fantasy? No doubt this love is here to stay. And I know you feel the same way. Never let go. Give me your hand, come grab a hold. Let me touch you right to your soul. Let's do it together, make it last forever. Let's let it be for all eternity. Till the ends of the earth, I will follow you, girl. Love you forever, forever, forever. Till the ends of the earth, I will follow you, girl. Say yourself to be everything you thought you'd ever need. I love you forever. I love you forever. Girl, I love you forever. I promise I'll always be true. 'Cause can't nobody do it like you. I love you forever. Girl, I love you forever. I love you forever. Never let go. Give me your hand, come grab a hold. Let me touch you right to your soul. Let's do it together, make it last forever. Let's let it be for all eternity. Till the end of the earth, I will follow you, girl. Forever, forever, forever. End of the earth, I will follow you, girl. Forever.
Well, that was our show. I want to thank special guests Dionne Beadle and Cory George. Make sure you go on our Facebook page to keep up with them, see what they're going on. Thank you for listening. Tell a friend. Have a great week, and God bless.
I know we broke your heart, tears rolling down your face. You know I'm coming over to make sure you're okay. You don't have to wait, I'ma save the day. Call me Superman, you go and play. Girl, I'm on my way. Girl, I'm on my way. You don't have to wait, I'ma save the day. Call me Superman, you go and play. Girl, I'm on my way.
While you're in high school, you can take college courses, earning college credit now. This is the first step toward doing what you love at the Technical College System of Georgia, with over 22 colleges and 85 campuses. With dual enrollment, save time, save money, and get a jump start on your college experience. The Technical College System of Georgia. Meaningful careers start here. Visit tcsg.edu to learn more.
Has this ever happened to you? You put some money in a savings account with a great rate. But that promotional savings rate came crashing down. You deserve better. Take just 5 minutes and open a Capital One savings account online. You'll get one of the nation's best rates that's not a promotional rate. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Offered by Capital One N.A. member FDIC. Copyright 2017 Capital One.